Good afternoon. It's a gorgeous, perfect, delicious Monday because you're all here. It's Yoga Nidra MD. The MD does not stand for medical doctor, it stands for mindful dissonance. If you're new, and I saw a couple new names on the list, or maybe this is the first recording you dive into from the library, this is a hybrid of Yoga Nidra, Mindfulness Based Stress Reduction, and vibrational sound bathing. The concept is you have a list, potentially, of regrets and anxieties, and the concept is we'll replace those regrets, those anxieties, the I wish I hadn't and I don't want to, with nowness, with your breath, with visualization, an opportunity to deeply, consciously relax. If you fall asleep, that's okay. That probably means you really needed it. Historically, Yoga Nidra was practiced. It's the first form of yoga that we know of before any asana practice, and it was historically practiced between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. As a focus, as a something to dive into for re-energizing you for the day. Now, today, people very commonly use it for deep relaxation and a sleep aid. So it's wonderful. I love it. I use it, and I just want to bring this up because some of you are starting to get to a place where you've taken several of my Yoga Nidra MD classes. Something you may have seen in my social media is that if you've been a student for a long time, you know that I have a spinal cord injury. You know that I've transcended it mostly through acupuncture and yoga and meditation. It has been exacerbated lately, and I have been using the techniques of Yoga Nidra, which you can use yourself, to be able to fall back asleep. I'm also a sober person, so I don't take any pain medication or alcohol or anything, and I'm not judging those that do, but my tool in my sobriety and in my mindfulness journey is Yoga Nidra and pranayama breathing to go back to sleep. Today, we have a new background noise of waves and the ocean. You may occasionally hear birds, seagulls, dripping of water. I think it's quite pleasant. I hope you enjoy it, and I welcome your feedback. Whether you do or you don't, please feel free to share. The best way, it's not the only way, but I believe the best way to experience Yoga Nidra is lying down with a little, I'm going to go grab this. I meant to have this to show to you. I ordered one of these online. It's a little buckwheat neck pillow. This is kind of perfect, this little circular pillow to put underneath your neck, so that your head's not tilted forward. We want your throat, your airway to be open. So that's just a suggestion. A little neck pillow is maybe all you need in a nice, comfortable, quiet surface. Nice quality headphones, over ear or in ear, so that you're fully immersed, because throughout this class, not only will it be my voice and these waves in the background, which I'm going to turn down a little bit, now that we're getting going here, but also vibrational sound bathing from my gong and singing bowls. It'll be all bronze today. I'm mainly just going to do the gong and these three antique singing bowls. The other thing that's different today, I thought I would start to introduce some intentions and some culpas from some of my favorite artists, writers, yogis. And today, when I read and offer this up, it's from Tracy Stanley's Radiant Rest. You don't have to run to write this down if you're like curious and want her book, Yoga Nidra for Deep Relaxation and Awakened Clarity. You can always reach out to me. through social media or through yogawithjeffrey.com. All right, having said all of that, let's get started. Start to move yourself in any way that makes you more comfortable. Moving like a dog or a cat. Starting to feel the ground below you, the contact of the ground on your heels, on your hands. As you're situating yourself, know that it's okay to move during this practice. If you get a little ache, some nervousness, and you need to move, that's okay. Do it mindfully and intentionally. Also, remind yourself you're doing this right. There is no wrong way to make time for yourself, to relax in community. There's no wrong way to breathe. Not doing it would be the only wrong way. So don't question your process or your practice, just keep coming back and you will find benefits. I will offer a lot of open space in today's practice. That silence is an opportunity to circle back to your breath, the sound of the waves, the vibrations that I'm creating. Start breathing in waves through your body. Breathing, inhale all the way up through your body and exhaling all the way down. Maybe imagining water in a tube or light, and your spine is that tube. And as you inhale, the water rises, rises, rises. And as you exhale, it lowers, or the light lowers. Up and down, almost as if you are observing your breath. Not creating it, you are stepping back as the observer. And as your body breathes, noticing the expansion in your chest and your side body. Each one of these breaths a little more relaxing. Especially in the exhale, maybe 10 rounds of breath, and each exhale getting a little calmer, getting a little heavier on the ground, as if the ground, the earth itself, is cradling you. As you're going through these rounds of breath, this intention from Tracy Stanley, I really liked this. I honor and acknowledge my body as a sacred vessel that houses my inner light. I invite deep rest into every cell of my being. I trust that I deserve to be supported, nurtured, and held unconditionally. I know the earth can hold me. I honor and acknowledge my body as a sacred vessel that houses my inner light. I invite deep rest into every cell of my being. I trust and deserve to be supported, nurtured, and held unconditionally. I know the earth can hold me. I said maybe 10 rounds of breath. It's not about the number. It's about each round being more relaxation, more relaxing and more grounding than the previous. So don't worry if you lost count. Maybe forget about the count altogether. And just keep breathing in waves, thinking of that tube filling and emptying. And each exhale, as you empty that tube, your spinal column, as you empty it, you are emptying stress, regret, anxiety, tension. Each wave through your body, a scan for tightness. Holding, unwinding the wound. Unplugging the plugged. Undoing and just being in this moment and then the next. Continuing to breathe and paying a little more attention to your exhale. Pursing your lips. Restricting the exhale and noticing the collision of your breath, your life force, your prana on your lips. Maybe the sound of each exhale mirrors that of the waves of the energy. Maybe you have your own intention or visualization. Maybe with the waves, you visualize yourself lying in the sun, in the sand, cradled. Feels so good by the earth. Laying on the bank by the river, warm, cared for, loved. If your lips are still pursed, you can let that go. We will now enter deliberate clinch and release. Remember, if the clinching doesn't feel beneficial, you could do the opposite and stretch. Create space and release. With your next inhale, clenching your hands and then holding them for several breaths. Clenching. holding, tightening. And with your next exhale, let it all go. Sigh it all out and release it. Feel it in your body. And each exhale, revisit that feeling of release, that feeling of letting go. With your next inhale, clench your entire upper body. Hands, arms, chest and back, belly and face, everything clenches. Holding. Tighter. Hold. And with your next exhale, sigh it all out, let it all go. That feeling of letting go, each exhale, hereafter, feel it again more than the previous. The release so expansive, connecting you, rooting you to the earth, feeling just totally one. One with the ground, the air, your breath. Totally relaxed. Next, we'll move to your lower body. With your next inhale, clenching your feet and calves, thighs, hamstrings, buttock, everything. Both legs totally clenched, tightly held. Hold. Hold. With your next exhale, sigh it all out, let it all go. Over and over again. Next, your entire body. With your next inhale, clenching from toes to the crown of your head, fingertips, belly, legs, chest, back, face, everything clenched. Everything held. And with your next exhale, sigh it all out. Several rounds of breath with each exhale, revisiting that release, that surrender. I honor and acknowledge my body as a sacred vessel that houses my inner light. I invite deep rest into every cell of my being. I trust that I deserve to be supported, nurtured, and held unconditionally. I know the earth can hold me. now going to enter a meditation of counting breath, starting by counting your inhale and then your exhale. In, 27. Out, 27. In, 26. Out, 26. You'll continue counting all the way down to 0. If you lose count, start back over at 27. It's not about getting to 0, it's about the process. Each exhale, getting a little more relaxed, a little more grounded, really focusing on your exhales and your count. When you make it to 0, just be with your breath. Just be. I honor and acknowledge my body as a sacred vessel that houses my inner light. I invite deep rest into every cell of my being. I trust that I deserve to be supported, nurtured, and held unconditionally. I know the earth can hold me. I know the earth can hold me. If you are still counting, let go of the count. Start to come back to your visualization in the screen of your mind. Lying on the sand or the bank of the river, the sun on your cheek. Feeling safe, comfortable, feeling loved. Bliss and joy in the knowing that you are cared for and you are loved. Starting to deepen your breath, starting to breathe in whole waves again. Seemingly inhaling beyond your body, that tube that was filling up with light or water as you inhale, it just overflows with energy and light. Each exhale grounding and rooting. And you are the in-between. You are the buoyant, balanced, safe, comfortable, loving, compassionate. You are being. You are just being. Awash in happiness. Health. Safety. And ease. You may continue to luxuriate in your nowness, in this state of conscious relaxation. As I mentioned at the beginning of class, I won't be inviting conversation, but know that you are loved and you are cared for, and that you can come back to this Nidra practice over and over again. Come back to your breath and release and bliss and joy and being. You are welcome to join for a seated closing or just stay lying down in Shavasana or roll to a fetal posture. When you do decide to come up and out, you may Give yourself some time in happy baby, rolling around, cultivating all of this energy you've reawakened, all of this nowness you've come back into contact with, this being. I am so humbled that you are here. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. And may you live a life of ease. Namaste.